In Chinese culture, you can immediately read something very, very old. So there's a connection between the past and the present.
British writer Tim Clissold, author of the critically acclaimed Mr. China, said Chinese civilization is highly consistent, enabling Chinese people to draw on the wisdom of their ancestors and giving them tools to tackle present-day problems.
You can just look at a poem and understand the basic meaning, even if it's 1,000 years old. There is a piece of calligraphy by Huang Tinjian, which is 我见黄河水. So you can immediately tell what he's saying in his calligraphy.
Clissold has been studying Tang and Song poems for years. His latest book, Cloud Chamber, a collection of English translations of Chinese poems, was published last year. According to him, revisiting ancient Chinese poems not only brings aesthetic pleasure, but also raises people's awareness of issues that are still relevant in the modern-day world, such as friendship and humans' relationship with nature.
People naturally feel that Chinese civilization is difficult to understand, like all the names are very difficult for foreigners, but actually the underlying ideas are very straightforward and something that lots of people can empathize with, I think.
Clissold lived in China for more than 20 years. According to his observation of those years, the efforts to preserve China's traditional culture have intensified.
China has had a lot of economic success and it's lifted so many people out of a condition of great poverty. It feels quite self-confident and more confident about explaining those traditional values to people from outside China.
For Clissold, mutual understanding and learning between different civilizations are of great importance.
I was just fascinated by the differences between Eastern and Western culture. I've just been fascinated about why the two societies and civilizations are in some parts the same, in some parts different. And I have a great desire to try and help Westerners to understand China and vice versa.
Clissold said he's very interested in the China-proposed Belt and Road Initiative. He recently came across a book collection of Chinese poems writing about places along the ancient Silk Road. His next journey to China will be visiting on a bicycle the places where the poems were originally cited. He also plans to translate the poems into English and try to explain that the BRI is just a continuation of something that has been happening for a very long time.
I've been reading a lot of poems that were written about the Silk Road recently. So I'm quite interested in translating that because using some of those poems to explain what's going on in that area, because I think that one of the completely undeniable trends in the world is globalization.